Most people spend their entire lives trying to be understood. They explain their actions, their emotions, their intentions, and their decisions, believing that clarity will bring respect. But dark psychology exposes a truth that most people never realize. The more you explain yourself, the less powerful you appear. In the human mind, confidence does not come from words. It comes from certainty, calmness, and contrite. When you explain yourself too much, you are not communicating strength, you are communicating doubt. Even if you are right, excessive explanation signals that you are seeking validation, and the moment you seek validation, you hand control of the situation to someone else. People may listen to your words, but subconsciously they begin to question your authority. Human psychology is simple but brutal. People respect what feels solid and unquestionable. They distrust what feels defensive. When you rush to justify yourself, defend your choices, or prove your worth, people instinctively sense weakness. Not because you are weak, but because your behavior suggests uncertainty, and uncertainty invites judgment, manipulation, and disrespect. Silence, however, does the opposite. Silence creates space. Silence forces others to think. When you stop explaining yourself, people are left alone with their assumptions, their doubts, and their curiosity. This is where power shifts. Instead of you chasing understanding, they begin searching for meaning. Dark psychology teaches that silence is not emptiness, it is pressure. A calm, controlled silence makes others uncomfortable because they lose predictability. They can no longer read you easily, they don't know what you're thinking. And in psychology, what cannot be easily read is often perceived as powerful. Think about the most respected individuals you know. They don't talk much, they don't argue loudly, they don't explain every move they make. Their presence alone speaks. When they talk, people listen. When they stay silent, people pay attention. This is not accidental, it is psychological dominance built on emotional control. When someone challenges you, questions you, or doubts you, your first reaction might be to respond immediately. But reaction is emotional, and emotion gives others leverage. The person who reacts first is often the person who loses control. Dark psychology reveals that the person who pauses, who observes, who responds slowly or not at all, maintains dominance. Explaining yourself to everyone also destroys boundaries. It tells people they are entitled to your time, your energy, and your reasoning, but not everyone deserves access to your thoughts. Not everyone deserves an explanation. Strong individuals understand this. They choose carefully who gets their words and who gets their silence. There is a dangerous illusion that being misunderstood is failure. In reality, being misunderstood by the wrong people is protection. Not everyone needs to understand you. Some people only seek explanations so they can criticize, judge, or control you. Explaining yourself to such people is not communication, it is self-sabotage. Dark psychology also explains why silence increases respect. When you stop explaining, people begin to fill the gaps with their imagination, and imagination is powerful. They may assume you know more than you say. They may assume you are confident, strategic, or emotionally strong. This assumption works in your favor. This does not mean becoming arrogant, cold, or disrespectful. It means becoming selective. You speak when your words add value. You stay silent when words would weaken your position. You understand that self-worth does not require permission or explanation. The alpha mindset is not loud, it is calm. It does not argue for attention, it commands presence. The alpha does not try to convince others of his value. He lives in a way that makes explanations unnecessary. The moment you stop explaining yourself, something subtle but powerful changes. Conversations shift. People treat you differently. They listen more carefully. They think twice before questioning you. Your silence becomes a boundary, and boundaries create respect. In the end, remember this truth. You do not owe everyone clarity. You do not owe everyone understanding, and you certainly do not owe everyone an explanation. The people who respect you will understand you without words. The people who don't never intended to understand you in the first place. That is the dark psychology of silence, and that is the power of the alpha thought system.